Come on in, family. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. Come on in. How y'all doing? Hey, Alexis. Hi, Esther. Come on in, family. I know y'all aren't expecting to see me this time of night, but here I am. Hi, Peaches. Welcome in, family. So this is today I wanted to do something special. Um, Y'all know that we've been reading the True Scriptures and we completed the Brit Hadash. So in the interim, while we're waiting to get the Tanakh, I am returning to my calling and I am revisiting the conversation around the mother and healing our hearts as women, as daughters, as mothers. And I am excited to begin a conversation with you all. So here's what I want to do. Actually, I need to pull something up on the screen. Welcome. Thank you. Hi, Kaliv. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Hey, Carm, good to see you, beloved. Hey there. Hi, Jamie. Good to see you. What are y'all are doing up so late? Hey, Boo Boo Head. Hey, Keita. Keita Beautiful. Um, so I decided that I wanted to do a 3-part intensive right here live for you all. And so we're going to do it over 3 days. And so it is about healing our hearts as moms and as women and as daughters so that we can heal our mother line. There's a lot going on inside of women. Many of us don't realize that a lot of the stuff we carry didn't start with us. And so I kind of wanted to open up the conversation so you guys go in and get you a journal or something to write on, get you something to sip on, nice little cup of water or some tea, something soothing. I'm excited. We're about to get started. We're not going to be here long today, family, because Mama got to go to bed. But I did want to come in. My plan was to come in this morning at 9:30 and then come back again tonight and do it too today. But my daughter, y'all know she broke her wrist. She broke her wrist last month. And then as she was healing the wrist, just got the cast off. And then she broke her foot. So she's on crutches and I'm having to jump through all these extra hoops to make sure that she's all right. So kind of threw a monkey wrench in my day to day. But I'm here and I made a commitment to myself and I'm committed to y'all. So we're going to do this today. You guys have your journals or something to write on? Mm. Today we're calling this the Motherline Reset. And those of you who are watching on TikTok, it's not many of you today. Let me go ahead and tap, tap, tap. Family, you guys on YouTube, would y'all mind giving me a big like? Liking, press the like button for me. Hey, Denise. Denise said, I'm ready to go. All right, well, let's get it going. Let me just send a power share to everyone on TikTok. For those of you who are on the page, press on my face and just tap, tap, tap all the way down and invite our friends and family over so that we can have this conversation. I'm excited. And I want you guys to just think about some stuff, just to give us some stuff to think about. Many of us have, hey, hi there. Hey, Jakob, good to see you, beloved. Um, I know many of us have been spending time with family over the last few days, and um, I want to know if you all have noticed any patterns since you've been spending time with your folks. Oh no, have you? Have you been noticing any patterns? Oh, I guess. Oh, jeez. Anyway. Oh, I haven't listened to it, beloved. I was just saying that my days have been so crazy. My daughter, I had to go take her she couldn't go to school today because yesterday she was on her crutches and her wrist is still healing. So her wrist is all messed up and she couldn't go to school today. So I had to pick her up and bring her home. And then we had to go and get her a new boot for her foot. It's been crazy. But I promise you, I will take a listen. I don't even think I saw the email. Um, I'll look for it again. Anyway, so I was just sharing with many of you that I'll have to take a listen to it, Yaakov. I apologize. But anyway, so we did not. Well, let me back up. I have not been reading. Oh, you're watching from Hawaii, Brooke. Welcome in. Thank you for getting that number one gifter badge. Thank you. Thank you. Hi. Hey, Deb. Hey, Deb. Welcome. Come on in. Okay, so I was saying, I see you sliding in on that golden carpet. Who was that? Who was that? Oh goodness. Very lost, very overwhelmed into coming into the truth. I know it, beloved. You know, it's actually a grieving process. It truly is. And we've all had to walk through the steps that you're walking through. So I totally get it. There's lots of questions. What do I say? How do I pray? What do I do? Where do I go? Who knows the truth? I get it. It's a lot. And I just want to invite you to just pause and continue to watch the videos that I've posted. Go to Promote the Truth and watch their videos. I read through the entire Berit Hadash, which is sign name New Testament, over the last, how long did it take y'all? Was it 3 months? But we read every single page of it, and it blew our hair back. We learned a lot. It stretched us. It got real, real, close to the end. So all I can say is just buckle up. Buckle up, because we've been bamboozled. We didn't know it. We have been following false doctrine and walking in idolatry, and the truth hurts, but the truth heals. So I'm grateful that you had an opportunity to hear the truth. And so, yeah, just know that it's a process. Just continue to let it wash over you and continue to stay open. There are a few things you don't know what to do. You don't have to do anything, beloved. You don't have to do anything. The thing you need to know is, let me just give you some quick pointers. And for those of you who are also feeling the same way before we get into the conversation today, the Father's name is Yahuwah. When he came to this earth in human form, he called himself Yahusha, who was Yahuwah in the flesh. When he died and rose, his name became Yahuwah Mashiach, Yahuwah, our salvation. That's the name wherein we're saved. That's the name that we pray, Yahuwah Mashiach. What'd you say, Jacob? You said, Yahuwah has shown me so many great things, and everybody around me is lost. Yeah. But that means we are the leaders of this whole movement, I guess. Um, we don't want to pray in the name of JC anymore. That's idolatry. We don't want to call on God or LORD anymore. That's idolatry. Those are not his names. Those are titles that were given to him by false deities to redirect and misdirect our prayers. So, aside from that, learn about his appointed times, learn about the calendar, and walk in truth. Okay, just continue to take it in. I know it's not easy. So, but right now, because we don't have the book yet, I don't have the Tanakh. I really am reserving perfect. You know what, Brooke? Do you have the truth bookmarks, beloved? What do Timothy 2 and Timothy 5? Let's talk about it. You want to talk about that, Bobby? Well, how about this? I came on here with a specific agenda, and the Yah scriptures. I don't trust the Yah scriptures, beloved. The Yah scriptures, the Hallelujah scriptures, the Sefer, and the 2009, all of those have restored the name of Yahuwah in some of the spaces, not all of them. And most of them still have the names Elohim in them. They have other names that are not accurate. So we don't want to use those resources. Get you a True Scriptures. Go to, send me a direct message for those of you who are on TikTok. And for those of you who are on YouTube, I'm going to put the link in the comment for you. I would say it, but TikTok gets mad at me, and I don't need no trouble. So you guys can click on the type that into your browser, and you can get both the Brit Hadash and the Tanakh. The Brit Hadash will probably come to you within 7 to 10 days. The Tanakh will not arrive until at the end of the year, or possibly the beginning of next year. So yeah, Brooke, just keep breathing, beloved. I know that it's not easy. I cried for weeks. We've cried on here together. It has been quite the journey. But so because we don't know what we don't know, we don't know what we don't know. And I had to come to that realization myself as an author and a student of the word. I considered myself to be a scholar over 25 years, deep theological study. I helped to build the technological foundation of a world-renowned Bible school. I thought I knew my stuff until the Father woke me up and told me that I didn't. He said, it's all in my name. What's my name? Do you know my name? It's all in my name. What's my name? And when I realized him waking me up, asking me that question, and forced me to say, well, do I know his name? Why would you ask me that, first of all? But maybe I don't. And I started to study it out, and I realized I did not know his name. And that's what started me on the journey to figure it out. And lo and behold, I discovered his name. I discovered the deception. I discovered the change of the calendar. I discovered the appointed times, and it all just started to unfold for me, and my whole foundation of faith came crashing down. So I fully understand how you feel, but at the same time, count it all joy and consider yourself one of the chosen ones to be let in on this big, great master secret, because the vast majority of the family of believers have no idea that they don't know his name. So, mind you, I've been telling my family for years I didn't want to celebrate holidays. Interesting. See, it was in you. It was already in you. So anyway, today though, because we don't know what we don't know, I don't want to teach the scriptures. I don't want to teach what I've always known and what I've always taught. I'd rather us talk about what I do know, and that's about healing the heart. And we're returning back to the mother. So I wanted to do a motherline reset. Um, you're not crazy, beloved. All of our families think we're crazy. We are set apart, right? He said we're peculiar people. So we get to own that. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to revisit this conversation, because initially the Father took me through this path of understanding Him, because I really needed to heal my heart and heal my body. I was in a full-on body breakdown. Everything was falling apart. My neck and shoulders were up like this. I couldn't turn to the left or right to drive. Everything hurt. It was constant, excruciating pain. Ended up having 5 discs to rupture in my back, 3 in my cervical spine, 2 in my lumbar. I couldn't take a flight of stairs. My body was in full on breakdown. Now, I was desperate to get answers and to understand, why was I falling? What was happening? Why was I in so much pain all the time? And it was unrelenting. And I had all these doctors, teams and teams of doctors, and all these doctor visits, and all these treatments, and all these copays, and all this medicine, and all these therapies. And it was just for all these years, family. And many of my family members were so far away, they didn't watch me go through it. So they don't even understand the weight of what I moved through, most of them anyway. So I was studying, trying to find the answers. Like your word says that I'm supposed to be able to walk in healing. Why am I not healed? I believe you. I have faith. I got that mustard seed. What are we talking about? What do I need to do? But hi, Jessica. Welcome back, beloved. But it still was evading me. My healing was not, I couldn't figure out how to walk in it. And so eventually the Father started to speak to me, and I didn't know it was him until he just started giving me all these confirmations, and it was beautiful how it unfolded. But he began to walk me through what my problem was. And I learned that I did not know how to love me, that I was not valuing me. I was putting other people's perspectives and opinions and philosophies above my own. I was diminishing myself in relationships, making to make other people feel comfortable. And y'all know now that you're getting to know me, you know that it's a whole lot going on in this woman. And I didn't realize that the light that's in me is triggering for folks. Sometimes it makes people uncomfortable. And I did not recognize that that was a clue for me to shine. Instead, I closed down because I didn't want to deal with the trauma and drama that I felt from people who couldn't stand that light. And so the Father was trying to teach me that what he put on the inside of me was valuable, and it was designed to be a healing tool for myself and for me to be an example for others. I didn't understand that then. And so fast forward to me becoming a mother now, just imagine those of you who are moms, you know that once you become a mother, if you are already giving yourself away to everybody, it becomes double time once you become a mom. You just give it all away and you just depleted on the floor in the corner trying to keep it together. Can I get a witness? Thank y'all for the likes. So I had to realize that being a mom requires another level of understanding and compassion and heart healing that we get to walk through. And then put on top of that, if you are a mom with daughters, you're now an example. So you are being a poor example of womanhood if you are not walking it out in the glory, like for lack of a better term. I got to find the right word to replace glory. But woman, there is such a power in being a woman. And it has been so diminished and invalidated in the patriarchy. We don't even, most people don't even know what woman is. If you ask somebody, what is a woman? They're like, well, she's a man with extras. They don't understand that woman and this is how I consider women. Women, we are humanity's upgrade. Mankind got an upgrade when woman came on the scene. We have on board some of the most powerful attributes of humanity. We have natural intuition. We have the portal to life built in. You can't get here unless you come through a woman. Our our ability to intuit, our ability to feel, our ability to care, our ability to love, and not just love one, but we can love the whole household. We can make sure everybody gets what they need, and we get what we need, and we know how to go to the Father. We have a natural instinct to connect spiritually. We have a way, even in the scriptures, Yahuwah calls wisdom a she. There's power in woman, but because of the way we're doing it, yes, Peachy Queen says we are amazing beings. That's right. Right. And we know it, right? We know even our cycles sync up together when we connect and we're close to one another. There's just this magnetism. We have the ability to draw people to us. We have the ability to push things away. We have the ability to change the hearts of kings if we know how to use it, right? And we have the ability to abuse that power too. So you feel like you're really mean? You feel like you're really mean? Yeah. And the truth is, if you feel like you're really mean, you're probably mean because there's a wound underneath there that needs healing. I got mean too. My tone changed when I started to realize what I had allowed myself to go through and how I had allowed myself to be treated and invalidated and belittled, et cetera, et cetera. So I wanted to talk today about the mother line because a lot of the stuff that we are recognizing in ourselves didn't start with us. A lot of it was stuff that started with mama's mama. It's a part of that mother line that we don't realize gets passed down through life. So I wanted to start what I'm calling the mother line reset. And so over the next 3 days, Kimeko, if I'm saying it correctly, says, I'm definitely a witness, right? So I want us to talk through what it looks like. what is the mother line, and how does it affect the way we parent, and how does it affect the way we mother? And so this doesn't necessarily speaks only to women who are mothers. I want you all to realize that we are all mothers. Some of us are mothering our own children. Some of us are mothering children that are not our own. Some of us are mothering animals. Some of us are mothering our dreams. Some of us are mothering our man, which is toxic, but many of us did that. Many of us are mothering ourselves again. So don't feel like this conversation is just about women who have children. And the mother line is really about recognizing that we're all daughters and we all have mothers and we all have a mother line. And so we get to move through that. Hi, Angela. Welcome back. We get to move through this conversation in a way that where I like to just have compassion for every position in the mother line, right? Let's see. Sometimes we have a lot. We have to be out of line because our lack of balance, process of collaboration. That's the truth. That's the truth, Martha. Martha Maria. A lot of times it really stems from our lack of balance. But why are we out of balance? Sometimes it's from our woundedness. I know that a lot of the things that are showing up in my life are uh, a what's the word I was trying to say? Are a reflection of the wounds that I'm still healing. Shalom, who is that? Hey, Diana, good to see you. Hey, Giselle, welcome. Y'all do me a favor and keep tapping so that more of our family will see that I'm here. Most folks don't even know that I'm online. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about why we mother the way that we do, whatever we're mothering, even if we're mothering our dreams. Why do we mother the way that we do? And so, before I teach you this, I want to play a little bit of one of my songs. It's called I'm Healing My Motherline. I'm not going to play a lot of it, but I want you to just hear the lyrics and let me know if y'all can't hear it because it's kind of low, but my daughter's asleep. So we want to keep the peace up in here. But here we go. It's called I'm Healing My Motherline. Hang on. Can y'all hear it? Hey, Naria. Good to see you. I hear the echoes of the women who came before me. The whispered prayers and spoken fears. The dreams they buried just to keep the family standing. Their tears flow through the cracks of our lineage. And somewhere along the way, I heard the call their wounds home, but not anymore. By Yahweh's power, the silence breaks with me. I'm healing my motherline. I'm rewriting the story in my blood. Okay, I want to just play that little clip because I want y'all to hear what it says. It says, I hear the echoes of the women who came before me, the whispered prayers, the unspoken fears, the dreams they buried just to keep the family standing. Think about what grandmama was carrying, what they had to bury, what they had to not feel or pretend wasn't there just to keep the family standing. Think about that. Their tears flowed through cracks of our lineage, things they would never speak. Remember, that generation was known for what happens in the house stays in the house. Don't tell your business. Don't put your business out in the streets. Whatever happens, tuck it in. Don't say nothing. And so they were carrying those wounds, and all they could do was cry. What else could they do? So, what happens when you can't feel, when you can't allow yourself to speak up for yourself, when you can't set a boundary, when you can't say no, it causes you to become angry on the inside. Sometimes you turn it inward. It causes you to become bitter. It causes you to become rageful. A lot of times we pass that fear and anger on to other people, onto our children. And it changes who you are as a woman, right? So it says, and somewhere along the line, I learned to call their wounds normal, but not anymore. How many of us had a mean grandmother or a mean great grandmother? And we just said that's just how she is, or a mean mother. Had so many people tell me I can't forgive my mother because of how she treated me, how mean she was. But we never thought, what was she carrying? What turns a woman's heart like that? That's a wound right underneath it that nobody ever had the skills or tools to heal. That mama went through life and didn't have therapy. That wasn't a thing. They couldn't talk to nobody. There was no therapy. There was no help. There was no help, even from women who were abused. It was like law that a man controlled his woman, and if he needed to kick her tail every now and then, that's just what had to happen. So you have to think about what was in that woman that got passed down to the babies that were in her. Did y'all know that when you are born, you have every single egg you're going to have? They're already in there. You don't get any more eggs as a woman. So all of your babies, when you were in your mother, all of your babies were already in you. Every single one. So whatever pain, trauma, drama grandmama was going through when mama was in her belly, you were in there too. How many of you, that's news? Shalom, you had to move over to YouTube. Hey, I'm glad you made it. How many of you knew that you were alive inside of your grandmother? And every trauma she felt, everything she tucked in, everything she carried went into your mother and into you, right? And we have to call that normal. That's just how she is. No, those are called wounds. There's a scripture, and I didn't print it, but that says the sins of the fathers are visited upon the sons to the third and fourth generation, right? Yeah. And that's the truth. We got to realize that some of the stuff that we are dealing with are not things that we intended or that even we did. It was something that just was on board, right? So let me see. But not anymore. By Yahweh's power, the silence breaks with me. And that's what this conversation is about today. We just get to talk about the mother line. What does it look like? So you didn't just learn behaviors, you absorbed atmospheres. If your mother was anxious, wait. I didn't want to go there yet. Every woman mothers from somewhere, right? Some of us mother from strength. Our mothers were strong. My mother was strong, is strong. She's still a strong woman. Some of us mother from fear. I told you guys the other day about a story where my mother, and she'd probably be so mad at me for saying this because she's from that generation too. Sorry, Queen Mom, I love you. But I don't know if she still is, but she used to be so afraid of bridges. And every time we would go over a bridge, she would get all scared and be nervous. And as a little girl, I watched her freak out. And I grew up and I sure did. As soon as I would get on the bridge, I would come apart. I would get all the way down below so I couldn't see over. I was scared I'd fall off. I absorbed her fears. How many of you have absorbed your mother's fears? What fears? Write them down. Some of us mother from survival. We've been through too much. We've lost too much. So we're going to survive, and that's just how it's going to be. And that's how that's how we're doing this thing. Some of us mother from exhaustion, just overwhelmed. Single mothers, let me know if you're a single mother. And those of you who are watching the replay, do comment as well. Being a single mother, I've been a single mother now for almost 4.5 years. It is beyond difficult. It was never meant to be done like this. I chose this, but it was the lesser of the two evils. I chose to heal. But in healing and carrying the weight of the entire everything by yourself, women, when we're doing that, it is an exhausting effort. But it's possible. Yahweh will give you the strength to do what you need and be there to support you. But my goodness, it was never meant to be done with this kind of pressure, right? Some of us mother from a wound we never named. It's there. You don't know what it is. You don't know where it came from, but you know it's there, right? Um, and even if you're not a mother at all, you still mother people in your life through nurturing, through responsibility, through emotional labor. How many of you are counselors constantly counseling friends and family, right? Through holding everything together. But here's the truth that most women never hear. You mother the way you do because of the mothering you received or the mothering you didn't. Now breathe that in. We show up because of what examples we had or what examples we didn't. Hey, Shahira, good to see you. Oh, Shakira, good to see you. Make sure you tap on the orange heart, me family. Go on and join the family. All right, so I wanted to talk about the fact that you didn't just learn behaviors, you absorbed atmospheres, right? If your mother was anxious, you learned to anticipate what's happening. Okay, I got to make sure. You learned to take note because you knew she was anxious, right? If your mother was overwhelmed, you learned to overfunction. I gotta help her because she's overwhelmed. So you learn to do that. If your mother was silent, you learn to swallow your truth, right? Is this resonating with anybody or is it just me? If your mother was hurting, you learn to stay small because you didn't want to hurt, right? So the word tells us that we were knit together, and that's the truth, right? The first atmosphere you were knit inside of was your mother. You were knit inside of her emotions. You were knit inside of her beliefs, her fears. And this is not about blame. So please don't this conversation is about compassion. It's about understanding because again, we are all mothers, but we're all daughters as well. And so the same compassion that we would want, that's what we offer to our mothers and our grandmothers, because all of us are powerhouses trying to do the best we can for those that we love. And we're having to do it through the wounds. And so, hi, Ambassador Nisi. Good to see you, beloved. So, you also the atmosphere of her strength you were exposed to, right? You were exposed to the atmosphere of her wounds, the atmosphere of her old stories, right? Wow, Robert, I'm still praying that Yahuwah continues to open your eyes, beloved. As long as you were calling on those names, you were walking in full blown idolatry. And I know that's not your heart and that's not what you mean to do, but you have already been told that that's not his name and it could never have been. So if you are going to continue to think that you are helping yourself and the rest of us by posting in that way, you don't have to. You can go and find someplace else to be, beloved. But you also were exposed to the atmosphere of her unhealed places, right? We all began our becoming inside of our mother's becoming, right? So there's always a story behind a story. You have your story, your mama had her story, and her mama's mama had her story, and everybody's story is intertwined because we share that mother line, right? This is why motherhood feels so heavy for so many of us, because it doesn't start with us and it doesn't stop with us. It continues on into our next generation. Because you're not just mothering your child, you're mothering from the parts of you that never got mothered. We were all raised by imperfect people who were raised by imperfect people. And so we can't expect to have moved through that entire experience unscathed, even though our mothers loved us and they did the best they could and they did a bang up job. Many of us raised our mothers high. My mother taught me so much and she's an amazing woman. I call her Queen Mom. I love the woman that she is and what she taught me and how she groomed me and the example that she gave me. She's a beautiful, amazing human. And I'm honored to have rode in on her, as I tell her. That doesn't mean that she was without her wounds, right? We all have them. So, because you're not just, well, when you understand why you mother the way you do, it kind of creates freedom and you finally get to choose differently. And that's where the healing begins. So, I'm going to play another segment of the song and then I want to get you guys' feedback on it. Y'all let me know what you think. Are y'all able to hear it? I see you, Sonia, grabbing that gifted badge. I see you, Ambassador Nisi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. All right, so let's listen to the next part of the song. When he breaks what was broken and calls every daughter back to love. I'm healing my motherline, and everything changes through him. I carry their strength in my bones, their courage in my breath, their wisdom in my belly, but I refuse to carry their shame, their silence, their old agreements with pain. I lay them down gently with honor, with gratitude, with truth. The line can only rise when the one who sees clearly chooses to stand in Yahuwah's light. Mother, mother. All right, so that segment said, I'm healing my mother line. Oh, thank you, Angela. um, she said, you got beautiful hair. Thank you, beloved. Girl, it took me 2 days to get them braids out. Okay, Jessica said, Miss Queenie, I know that you probably charge for someone to talk to you or make an appointment with you, but is it possible that you'd be willing to speak with me over the phone? I absolutely would, Jessica. Um, so I'm going to give you a link. Are you on TikTok, Jessica? Let me know if you're on TikTok. Okay, so that segment says, I'm healing my mother line. I'm rewriting the story in my blood. Yahuwah restores. Okay, I have something even better for you, Jessica. Go to journey.queeniebrown.com. It's going to handle all of that, I promise you. Okay, it says, I'm healing my mother line. I'm rewriting the story in my blood. Yahuwah restores what was stolen. He breaks what was broken and calls every daughter back to love. I'm healing my mother line, and everything changes through him. Okay. I carry their strength in my bones, their courage in my breath, their wisdom in my belly. But I refuse to carry their shame, their silence, their old agreements with pain. I lay them down gently with honor and with gratitude and truth. The line can only rise when the one who sees clearly chooses to stand in Yahuwah's light. And that is who we are. We are the ones who are choosing to stand because we see clearly, right? Oh, goodness. I shouldn't have said that. So you said go where again? I'm going to send you a link. You guys can always click on my little face right there, and then there's some information at the top. Don't go now. I can't repeat the site because TikTok will give me a ding, and then it won't tell anybody that I'm live. They kind of get an attitude with me when I do that. But I'm gonna send me a direct message if you want more information about the mother-daughter journey. Send me some information or send me a direct message and I'll get that to you. Jessica, you see where it says the 3-day heart healing mini intensive right before that, right below that, it says learn more. Go to that link, beloved. And then that's going to be the start. Okay. All right. So I wrote that song, and this is only the beginning of it. It goes deeper, but I wrote it because you can't heal what you don't understand, right? We can't heal it if we don't understand. And this is going to help us walk through it, but too many of us are trying to heal We're trying to journal through our healing. We're trying to go to therapy through our healing, and that does help. But there's a spiritual component to what we're dealing with, right? We know that we're not wrestling with flesh and blood. And so we have to take into account the full picture of what we're dealing with and heal our own hearts as we move through um, healing our mother line. It starts with us. It has to start with you. So, um, so that's why I created something beautiful, and that's what I was sharing with you all. It's called the Mother-Daughter Journey, and it is not specifically for mothers with daughters. It's for all of us daughters who have mothers or who had mothers, and it's all of us who have a mother line. This is the book that you read before the Mother-Daughter Journal. But what it's going to do is it's going to help all of us move through that season. You tried everything, still horrific turmoil with a mom. Yeah, great grandma. Generational disconnect. I hear you, beloved. You haven't tried this, right? So let me tell you about it. Let me just say this. The journey. I'm excited to share it with you guys. Let me see. Did I write anything about it? Because it's so much to it, and I don't want to miss anything. So the mother-daughter journey, it's an opportunity for us to walk through the heart healing process, but not just have to do it by yourself. I created what I call the Mother Love Community. And in it, we're going to walk through all of it together. There's going to be some introspective questions, things to make you think, things to give you a peek into your own heart, a peek into your own patterns, a peek into what you gained from your mother-daughter line relationship, the things that you loved, the things that broke you down. Oh my goodness. Jessica, I'm so sorry. She said her mother transitioned tonight. Oh, I am so very sorry to hear that, beloved. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to hear that. I just want to pray. Let's just pray. Abba Yahuwah, thank you for your word. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your compassion. Thank you for holding this family's heart. This is a tender moment, Father, and we come boldly to your throne because you said that your peace you leave with us. And so I thank you that our sister Jessica is walking in the fullness of that unspeakable peace. I thank you that her entire family are drawn closer through this experience. I thank you that she now knows your name, Father Yahuwah, and that she now can be the beacon of light in her family, whether they can receive it or not right now. I know that this is a difficult moment, but she can pray and intercede on behalf of her family. And we stand with her, Father. We ask for you to continue to show her your love, your kindness, your gentleness, and all the fruits of the Spirit. Comfort her, Father. Comfort her, Father. Allow your wisdom to flow within her. Allow your peace to reign in her family. She's already said that there's generational patterns that have been toxic. And so let this be the balm that cracks their hearts open, Father, and pour your love on the inside of them. I thank you now for drawing her into this space so that we could stand with her in agreement and prayer. And we just ask that you continue to show her your love and your kindness. Let her know you're there with her, Father. In the mighty, matchless name of Yahuwah Mashiach, we pray. Hallelujah. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jessica. She says, I just lost her. I just got back in the house. I don't know what to do. And I just have my sister, Nikki, now. I tried to tell my mother who Yahuwah is, and she wouldn't follow after him, and now she's dead. Hmm. My. I'm so sorry, beloved. I'm sending you all the love. Mm. Wow. Father, what do you want me to say? Let's all just send her love. Let's all just send her love. You did your part. You did what he asked you to do. And I pray that the Father will give us an opportunity in the end to go back and get those of our family who loved him but didn't know that it was him because they didn't know his name. So I pray that that's a reality for you and me and the rest of us. Oh, I hate to hear that, beloved. Wow. Well, I invite you to come into the community with us, Jessica. I know now is not the time um, for that conversation, but for those of you who are considering, this journey is really about us connecting and locking arms together as women, as daughters, as mothers, as healers, the healers in our family, so that we can begin to build back what the enemy tried to tear down in our mother line. And so I created the mother daughter journey to support us in doing that very thing. And I hope that each and every one of you will decide to join us. As a part of it, you will receive this immediate digital download, and it's a beautiful tool that's going to support us all. And I've even had women whose mother has transitioned. My sister was one of the mothers that transitioned. My niece, who used her journal, she still writes to her mother in it, even though her mother is no longer here. And so she, mm, oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Okay. She says, I need someone to talk to on here about how to sell these things, about how to help get rid of all this stuff. I don't know what to do. I need help. I have to clean my home and help with everything else too. Well, those of you who are on here, if anybody has support that you want to offer to our sister Jessica, please do leave a comment. Let me know. I don't have any idea, where are you located? Where are you located, Jessica? Hey, Shay, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. So the Mother Love Reset, the Mother Line Reset, it's about healing our mother line. It's about healing our hearts so that we can stop the patterns that are showing up in our lives and our families and not pass them down to the next generation. You're in Chicago, okay? Is anybody in Chicago? For those of you who are in Chicago, can anyone offer any kind of guidance or support to our beloved Jessica in her trying time? I'm so sorry. I want to invite you to send me a direct message, and I'm going to send you a link so that you can find out more. This is a powerful opportunity that we are all joining together. And I want as many of us as possible to become a part of this, because on Monday, we have our first live inside the community. We're going to do a listening party. There's music included. And of course, I've shared with you some of the first song. It's called I'm Healing My Mother Line. And there's more. There's 5 total songs. And so it really is about us stepping up as the one in the family that can see, the one who gets it. And it doesn't mean that there aren't others in your family who can see the patterns and get it, but we're the ones that are raising our hands and saying, it stops with me. It stops with me. So I'm going to continue playing the song, the next part of it, and let you guys hear it. All right, y'all, listen in. We're still here with you, Jessica.
Who never learned to heal, for the great grandmother who survived more than she could say. I lived the way they never had the tools to release in Yahoo's name.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm gonna let it play. I see you, Shay. You just became number 46 in the Mother Love in the Love Tribe. Welcome in.
I hear the echoes of the women who came before me, who whispered prayers and spoken fears and dreams they buried just to keep the family standing. Their tears flow through the cracks of our lineage, and somewhere along the way I learned to call their wounds normal, but not anymore. By Yahweh's power, silence breaks with me. I'm healing my motherland. I'm
rewriting the story in my blood.
Yahweh restores what was stolen. He breaks what was broken. Calls every daughter back to love. I'm healing my motherland. And everything changes through him. I carry their strength in my bones, their courage in my breath, their wisdom in my belly, but I refuse to carry their shame, their silence, their old agreements with pain. I lay them down gently with honor, with gratitude, with truth. The line can only rise when the one who sees clearly chooses to stand in Yahuwah's light. For the mother who didn't know how to love me right, for the grandmother who never learned to heal, for the great grandmother who survived more than she could say. I lived the way they never had the tools to release. In Yahoo's name, I cover them, I free them, I rise for them, and as I rise, I take every daughter with me.
So that passage says, for the mother who didn't know how to love me, right? Well, let me back up. I carry their strength in my bones, their courage in my breath, their wisdom in my belly, but I refuse to carry their shame, their silence, their old agreements with pain. I lay them down gently, with honor, with gratitude, with truth. The line can only rise when the one who sees clearly chooses to stand in Yahuwah's light. For the mother who didn't know how to love me right, for the grandmother who never learned to heal, for the great grandmother who survived more than she could say, I lift the weight they never had the tools to release. In Yahuwah's name, I cover them. I free them. I rise for them. And as I rise, I take every daughter with me. I'm healing my mother line. All right? So I want to have you all give me your feedback. How is any of this resonating for you? Is it landing at all? Let me know. So the mother-daughter journey, it's not just a book, it's a journey. It's an opportunity and an experience that we all get to walk through together. It's a community. And there's also music that is a part of this, because y'all know I love to layer it with music. Music just somehow, it lands the message differently, right? And so all of that is a part of it. And again, I said on next Monday, we're going to be doing a live welcome ceremony and listening party. And it's going to be fire. The community is amazing. When you guys get in there, you're going to love it. So do join in and bring your friends and family. Now, I will preface it. I want to invite you to share this, but it is a private community off the platform. So we get to be honest. We get to be raw, because we get to be healed. All right. And so I wanted to create a safe space for us to heal, to reflect, to tell the truth, and to really care for our hearts and hold each other gently so that we can move through this powerfully. Um, there's a so you start with the journey book. That's the foundation, and then the community will take us deeper as we move through it. So let's see what I'm planning to do. My intention initially was to do this. This is Shay said this is a generational curse. Hold on. Hang on, Shay. What did you say? This is a generational curse that's long overdue to be talked about. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. He said we are not wrestling with flesh and blood. And if we don't realize that, we keep it stuck. We have to remember that. And we have to remember that the people that we know and love that are part of our mother line, and it doesn't stop with just our mothers. It's our aunts and cousins and everybody, all the women in your family, right? Shabbat shalom, Ben. Welcome in. Sleep well. Aw. Who has his breath? Yahuwah. Hallelujah. Thank you for stopping in, Ben. Oh, and Shabbat is Friday, beloved. It just switched. We came into the 10th month, I think, or the 9th month. But yeah, you said you're trying to heal so my daughters can be healthy women. That well, you're in the right place, Shay. Me too. Me too. Because we don't realize how much we carry and how much they're carrying because of what we're carrying. And so if we can figure out how to walk in alignment with Yahuwah and his promise for healing, his promise for restoration, his promise for deliverance, because a lot of this is so spiritual, y'all, you don't even understand. I have recognized and have been understanding the warfare that's at play, especially down that mother line. He said in the scriptures, Yahuwah told us that the serpent would bruise our heel. That's what this mother line problem, I'm going to call it, generational pattern, that's what that is. But he said that we will crush his head. And we don't know how to do that yet. We're not doing it yet. Number one, we don't even have the full true word yet. So we don't even know how to rebuke him. Isn't that powerful? When we first, Yahuwah is not a religion. You wrote it like it sounds, but that's great. Yahuwah is spelled Yahuah. What do you do about your family that doesn't call on Yahuwah like my sister? The police said since she's the next of kin, that she would have to arrange for the funeral, and that's probably going to end. The only thing you can do, beloved, is pray, because you can't control nobody else. Yahuwah doesn't even control anybody else. He doesn't want to. He wants them to choose him, right? So, you can't. That's what religion taught us, to be trying to control people. That's not the Father's heart. So, Shay, to answer your question, Yahuwah is just the name of our Creator, period. His name is not G-O-D. His name is not the L-O-R-D. The son's name was not J-C. The letter J didn't exist until 1524, so it couldn't have been his name. The truth is that we've been calling the Father by a name that's not his name. That's all it is. And it's not a religion. It's not a religion. It's just truth. The people of those days called themselves the followers of the way. They didn't call themselves Christians. That name has some real wicked connotations. Sadly, I consider myself a Christian for my entire life, 55 years. I've been calling on JC until 54, until I learned, and he woke me up and said, it's all in my name. What's my name? Do you know my name? It's all in my name. And now I know that that's not his name. It's not his name. So it's a process, though. It's a grieving process that you get to move through, because when you realize that you've been bamboozled and you've been believing something that's not true, and you've been holding on to the faith in that, it doesn't mean that you don't love the Father. It just means that now you know his name, and now you've been introduced to some of the deceptions. So now you get to seek it out. And for those of you who are following me, make sure y'all are following me, by the way. Um, you get to go back to my replays of, I read the entire Brit Hadash, sign name New Testament, word for word from the truth, which is the translation that goes all the way back to the ancient Paleo Hebrew scrolls, not not any of the King James derivatives. King James was a wicked old soul, and he used that book that he wrote to run amok. And it's got some truth in it, but they mixed up all kinds of stuff. And we realized, once we could see the pattern of deception, everything just unfolds. This is why it always is confusing, and people don't understand why they can't follow it, why it doesn't make sense, why they struggle to read the word, because it's got so many deceptions in it. You're trying to piece it together, and it doesn't fit because they were lying. Not all of it, but the fact that the father's name was taken out over 6,800 times, that's a big deal. The fact that they added all these names that starts with J, that's a big deal. They did that to hide the father's name because so many of the people, the prophets and the places, carried Yahoo in their name, which was a witness of the true name. They had to change him. So once you realize that, and then understand that, y'all know what? TikTok doesn't think you guys are watching because nobody's tapping. So they keep trying to shut me down. Y'all continue to tap for me. Um, mm, right. Well, we're praying with you, Jessica. We're praying with you, beloved. I hear you. So we get to walk in truth. And I just invite you all to go to um, the Promote the Truth community. And again, if you send me a direct message, I will get the links to the Mother Daughter Journey and the Promote the Truth community so that you can get your copy of the truth. And it's now available in its entirety. The Brit Hadash, sign named New Testament. Thank you, Jamie. I see you coming over on the other side. And also the Tanakh, which is the sign named Old Testament or the Old Covenant. And that will be receiving very soon. And once we receive it, I'll be reading that too. Uh, it's going to be an interesting ride because I hear that it's very different. Even the book of Job, y'all. The book of Job has 400 lines that were taken out of the King James Version. Can y'all believe that? 400 lines. You ever wonder what happened? Why did Job catch a beat down like that? What in the world? Well, 400 lines were taken out. So now we get to learn more. Yeah. I hope that helped your question, Shay. Um, but do send me a direct message, family, so that I can get the links over to you for the mother-daughter journey so that you all can be a part of it. Come on into the Mother Love community where we are going to be diving deeper. We're going to have lives. There's a course inside of it that will support us all. So I'm excited to begin. And then on Monday, we're going to have our kickoff where it's going to be a welcome with a listening party so y'all can hear all 5 of the songs. And there may be more. I wrote one this morning called Cover Me While I Cover Her. And it's a prayer, a song from a mother praying for her daughter, covering her daughter in prayer. And it's covering her daughter, but also covering her mother. And it's asking the Father to cover me while I cover her. So they just keep flowing out. And as they flow, I will continue to build and we all just get to keep growing together. So I'm going to let that be it for the evening. Let me make sure I wrote some notes and I kind of sometimes get off. So let me make sure I got everything. So the mother-daughter journey is the prequel, and it's the clarity you need before you begin to work intimately with your daughter's heart. You got to work intimately with your own. and also with your mother. So if anything that I've said today is touching you, it's tugging on your heart, that's a sign. Trust it. Go to the link that I share with you. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen for you guys on YouTube and Facebook. Trust it. Go there. Join us. Um, the book is $27. Actually, you know what? It's $36, but you guys use the code Black Friday in all caps, and it'll take it down to $27 for you. It'll deliver instantly, so you'll have it immediately. You can start reading it tonight, and you can listen to the song that I just played in its entirety. It's a part of the delivery too. And then you can come on into the community tonight as well and begin introduce yourself and let us know a little bit about you. Hey, Jackie, welcome in. Let me see. And then, of course, there's a mini album add-on if you guys want. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I understand, Jessica. Just keep breathing, beloved. And we're going to keep you lifted. We're going to keep you lifted. And he's going to carry you through this. That peace that passes all understanding, expect it. Keep your neck stretched out for it. All right. So yeah, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for choosing yourself today. Thank you for listening in. That's my mama calling me at 11:40. Anyway, thank you for honoring the little girl on the inside of you. And I'm going to be back for day 2 in the morning. My goal is to be here at 9:30. And then again tomorrow evening. I'm probably going to shoot for 9:30 tomorrow evening as well. And then we'll do it again on Thursday, 2 days. So that we have a total of, it'll be 5 sessions because today I blended the 2. But I want to say thank you. Oh, mother. I want to say thank you. You guys have a great evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Don't forget to send me that direct message. Let me see if it'll let me pin it again. No, it won't. All right. Send me a message and I'll get the links to you guys. All right, family. I'll see you tomorrow. Take good care.